What will be the listing price of the Bloom? When listing? When listed on Binance? This is the most common question on that one. What is your best 3 Telegram apps right now? Excluded Bloom. We want to ask you. What do you think about the hamster combat? Evet, o çok merak ettiğiniz Bloom hakkındaki bütün sorularınızı şimdi soruyoruz. Karşımızda Gleb var, Bloom'un kurucusu ve artık bu videodan sonra kafanızda herhangi bir soru işareti kalmayacak. O yüzden dikkatlice izlemeyi unutmayın. So Gleb, welcome to our podcast today. You know the concept of the name is kimsin sen de who are you? So we will just start with you, who are the Glebis? After then, a little background information about your project. And afterwards, I will ask you some community questions that I collected from my Instagram. So probably after this video, no one will have any questions afterwards. Okay?
Okay, sure.
So
sure.
let's start with, who are you, Gleb?
Yeah, so first of all, thank you for inviting to your podcast. So it's really great, to speak to you. Who am I? So yeah, I'm Gleb. I would say I'm crypto OG. So I joined crypto space. I think it was like 2016, 2017. In the beginning, I was responsible for PR at Waves. It's one of the, this project still exists, right? It's one of the like layer 1 blockchains. But first I found out about crypto, it was like 2013, 2014. And actually, if you Google, you can find my article in CoinDesk. It was like 2014.
Oh, really? You're that old? That's nice.
Yeah. But at that time, I was not, super bullish on crypto. I thought that it's a great experiment, but probably, it won't survive.
It's a little balloon, so it will explode soon.
As we can see, it was my mistake. But anyway, so since like 2017, I'm full-time in crypto. So after Waves, I joined Binance. So at Binance, I spent 5 years there. So initially, I was responsible for like Russia, Eastern Europe part, like CIS, right? But later on, I covered more and more markets. So for my last 2 years at Binance, I was covering like Eastern Europe with CIS, Turkey, Australia, New Zealand, APAC. So overall, more than 60 different markets. So and actually,
That's
my
really
team,
great.
also was responsible for local Binance Turkey platform. And
So you know a lot of things about Turkey as well on that.
Yeah, sure. So actually, the current Binance team was hired by me. Actually,
That's nice.
so yeah, that's why I know a lot about like Turkish market, and I spend much time here in Istanbul. So actually, I lived here for a couple of months. So yeah, happy to be here. So and what I'm doing now, after leaving Binance in September last year. I started to build like own startup together with other guys, other ex-Binanceans, right?
Yeah.
So for example, Vlad, Igor, and a couple of other guys, they were also at some point at Binance. So right now we build on Bloom. So it's
Your whole group is all founders are from Binance, I guess, right?
only our CTO actually, he wasn't at Binance.
Only the CTO, okay.
But I would say that the key members of like marketing operations team, they're ex-Binance guys. Yeah.
That's really great. I want to just ask you a question about a little more on the Binance part, because as I know, you start as a PR manager on the Binance.
Yeah, that's correct.
And you get over 5 or 6 different promotions on that time. It's a really great thing, actually. And also you are very close with the CZ as well, as I know.
Yeah.
So what is the key of that success? Because in the 5 years time, you got over 5 or 6 different promotions. That's really good.
So I would say that, my career was also like related to Binance growth, right? So when I started as a PR manager, right, I was the only person like in the whole like Eastern Europe region, right? And then just step by step, I started to hire other guys, but then we had to do a lot of things, right? In terms of marketing, operations. So I started to take more responsibility in terms of other like tasks, right? So this is how my scope was like growing step by step, right? And of course, I would say that in Binance, it's always some kind of hardcore culture. So of course, you always have to put a lot of efforts, put a lot of time and resources, at Binance, and luckily I managed to do that.
Yeah, you did.
Also, I think helped that I covered from the beginning. I covered one of the biggest markets for Binance, right?
Yeah.
And of course, this experience, then we tried to, to copy and to replicate, in other markets, right? So yeah, with CZ, it was a great experience. I really learned a lot from him, and I really appreciate
He's a really great guy.
Yeah. He's amazing. I really appreciate the time when I was able to work with him together and learn from him. So but I think that right now, time to move forward.
Yeah, definitely.
And build something by myself, because I was like was thinking about like building something by myself, some kind of startup, right? Because of course at Binance we always had pretty big flexibility in terms of what you're doing, right? So Yi and CZ, they really trusted to their team members. They said, okay, like it's up to you how you will like reach this result, but you take ownership for that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But like but still like it's pretty different like working in corporation, right? And even though like in the beginning it was also like pretty small startup. When I joined, there were like I think 100 people, and when I left, there were more than like 6,000 of people.
Yeah, Binance just like a startup as well at the first.
Yeah. So and it has very like cool like startup culture. So actually, this is what I always this is what I like to build something from scratch. And actually, like when I joined Binance, right, I grew a lot of like markets from the beginning, from scratch, when there was nothing, right, and not a lot of users.
Yeah.
And right now, I have the same feeling with Bloom, right? When we have to build, the startup from scratch, when initially you don't have any audience, you have no product, and you have to build it. So this is actually my passion. I like to build something.
That's really great.
Yeah, that like
you like the starting from scratch, actually.
Yeah.
You don't like the something. Okay, it's already there, but starting from the scratch is much more excited for the people.
Yeah. I would say that of course it's much more unpredictable, because you don't know like the future, right? Whether this startup will be big. Even with Binance in the early days, we didn't know like how big it will become, right? Yeah. And actually the same with Bloom, right?
Yeah, that's really important. Are you expecting that on Bloom as well?
Yeah, when we started like a few months ago, right? We didn't know, like I couldn't imagine that we will get like more than 30 million of users, right? It's a fantastic result. It was very, very funny when initially we were discussing with the tech team when we were launching that we should definitely test for the first week for 5,000 users. So let's not do like super, like cool marketing activities. Let's just test for 5,000 users and see whether our like architecture and infrastructure, how it is working, right? And then when we started, we got 100,000 users in the first day.
Wow. That's really good hype, really.
Yeah, and our developers guys, what the hell?
Come on, what are you doing?
Yeah, we agreed on 5,000 users.
CTO is getting crazy on that moment. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, but we sorry guys, we just, we cannot stop users from using Bloom, right? So, sorry. Yeah, you have to work fast.
Yeah, you also try to minimize that as well, because you give the people a limited invites.
Yeah, right? That's correct. So actually, invitations, they had two goals. So first of all, having invitations, we can limit a bit, the flow, and we can scale our infrastructure, a bit faster, right? But at the second time, I think it was very good marketing initiative.
Yeah.
Because if you remember, there was Clubhouse at some point.
Exactly.
They also used this invitation system. Everyone was chasing, each other to get these invitations, right? So and the same.
It's a different kind of marketing, and that's a good thing actually.
Yeah. So the same happened. So we were, I think, the first mini app who implemented this invitation system,
Yeah.
and it worked well for us.
It's really worked.
So everyone like was asking, oh, like where we can get invitations. Some influencers, they started to write posts, and other influencers saw that. They came to us and said, oh guys, like why didn't you give invitations to us? Can you please give it? So this is how this will started to work. And yeah, I would say that it is, it really worked very good for us.
That's really great. You just created scarcity about this invite board, and everyone just hyped because themselves. They just tried, okay, this is something cool because everyone not came in. So we need to just a little give more effort on that part actually.
Yeah. I think it's very important in the early stage of the product to make it viral.
Yeah, it's really important.
And actually, if you remember, Binance also, they had this invitation system in the beginning.
Yeah, definitely. You're right. I just forgot about it. And that's a really good thing. I will just ask you, for example, just think about me. I will just try to new Telegram app or just different app.
Yeah.
Just on the marketing perspective.
Sure.
What would be a best advice that you can give me? What is the first thing that I need to figure out?
If you want to, what exactly?
I will just create my application,
Okay.
my exchange, or for example, my Telegram mini app for any of these. On the
Yeah.
marketing perspective, what is the best advice that you can give me?
I would say that right now it's really important to work very close with influencers because they really, they have very loyal communities, right? And if you can really make them interested in your product, it will help you a lot. Because as I mentioned, just right now, that you need to make your product really viral, and people should hear something about your product. But how you can do that? You can do that only like using some kind of like, tools such as invitations, right? Or you can work closely with influencers. So it's really important to, to make this loop of virality working. And,
you're right.
there is no like just one very simple solution. I think it's very different, different markets, right? With different products. But I would say that probably influence marketing is the key in this like, first stage.
Yeah, this is why every project has a referral part on that because everyone get a benefit from that.
Yeah, but for example, with Bloom, we spent $0 on marketing.
Yeah, that's really great.
And what I unfortunately see from other projects, so they pour so much money into influence marketing, so they just like give huge amount of money to them. And I don't say that it's bad, right? Probably you guys, influencers.
It's not bad, but if you're just trusting your product that much, you don't need to do that.
Yeah, exactly. So actually, you should make influencers excited about your product without like
Yes,
paying some kind of
exactly.
fee to them, right?
This is just like a paid advertisement on the Facebook, Instagram as well. Normally, for the going viral on the video, you don't need it.
Yeah.
If you make a good content, everyone can watch your video over 1 million views. You can get it easily. But if you pay for them, it's much more easy. You really need it? That's the questions actually in general.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's why my recommendation would be just think how you can hack this system with the marketing, right?
Like that.
Yeah, exactly. So how you can get a lot of attention to your project with $0 budget on marketing. Just think about that. So you can
That's really
brainstorm. You can make a list and try.
That's really great, actually. So, Brian, my next questions will be everyone is really also wondering about. We all just talk about your whole founder team is from the ex-Binancians. So everyone is saying that the Bloom is backed by Binance. They are just saying that phrase. Can we say that?
So I think, details are important here, right?
Yeah.
So of course, some team members are from Binance, ex-Binance, right? But of course, other part of the team,
Yeah, they're not.
they're not, right? And we were participated in, Binance acceleration program, so MVP program, season 7. So we took part, and it is amazing, program. So within it, projects they can, they speak to, different, to other founders. So Binance invites, some very cool founders of other well-known projects. They also help to understand better on like tokenomics, some other very important things that is relevant when you grow in your startup, right? So it really helped us and with awareness as well, and with knowledge how to build startup from scratch. So we're really grateful for it. In terms of a lot of people are asking, so whether like incubation means investment. No.
No, it's not like that.
Yeah, but
Okay.
but overall, we didn't announce our investment round yet. So we are finalizing it right now.
Okay.
We are very close to.
Do you have any spot left? Maybe we can talk about this after the
We'll talk it
podcast.
offline.
Okay.
So I think soon there will be some announcement on investment round, and our audience and our community will be able to see all the names and companies who will be there.
Okay, so we need to just wait a little because that everyone's making sometimes fake announcements for that one because everyone's much more impressions for retweets. So they are just giving the fake news on the internet. Okay, this is good on the project side for the in general knowledge, but then for the user side, so much false information actually.
Yeah, so that's why for us it's important to be like fair and transparent with our community.
Yes, this is important.
Right? So if we have if we passed if we participated in Binance incubation program, we're saying about that.
Yeah, probably. Why would you hide this? This is
Yeah,
the
but
important one.
overall, but at the same time, we don't want to hype too much around that, and say that like Binance like supported or something like else, right? So there was support within this like incubation program, and really appreciate it. And we also had a couple of marketing campaigns together with Binance within Bloom. That's also true. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So we are moving on your roadmap afterwards, and your
Sure.
business model actually.
Yeah, sure.
Because that there is a lot of different Telegram mini apps right now, and most of them just using their apps as an advertisement program.
Yeah.
They don't really care about their community. They don't really care about their tokens. Even not starting at their token is much more better for them because they will lose their hype for their advertisement and money for their advertisement. I don't want to give the exact names about the project, but you know those. Actually.
Sure.
So what is your difference between them?
Yeah. So I think there are always, like, I would say, 2 points of views, right? On ads within mini apps as well. We also like pretty open and transparent here. We also like sell some promotional spots within Bloom, right, to some partners, right? And this is actually how it helps us to to grow the project, the product, because we need to pay salaries to the
Of course you need
developers,
those,
to the team, right? And it really helps us. But at the same time, I think that, for example, for us, we understand that it is not our like core and key revenue stream, right? And this is not how we are planning to like earn money in the long term, right? So overall, we are planning to have, we are building like decentralized exchange within Telegram, right? We want to make it like really like simple and easy for for newcomers from Web 2 to Web 3, right? And of course, like exchanges, they earn like revenue on trading fees. But also we are building another product right now, and actually it will be like sooner than exchange itself.
Oh, that's really great. You have
So
another
but-
product.
Yeah, so it will be MemePad. It's more or less similar to like Pump Fun. So users will be able to issue their own meme coins. And within that product, you also have 2 streams of revenue. So when some creator is launching meme coin, right, the platform is taking some fee, and also when the meme coin reaches some specific amount, of the collected crypto, and the pool can be created. So that at that point, platforms also charge some additional fee, right? So those revenue streams will be essential for us. But I think that within the industry, the issue is that a lot of mini apps, they just want to charge fees not fees. They just charge some money for those promotional slots. They earn money and that's it, right? They don't think in the long term. But to be honest, I think that in the long term, I don't think that this model will last for long when you can just sell promotional slots because right now the price per like subscriber, follower, or user
But
is
it's like
it's
a
really
bot.
low.
They are just like a bot. By the way, it's not beneficial for the social media platforms because okay, I have a 2 million, 3 million, 5 million followers right now. But if I post something, it will get only 10,000 views or maximum 200,000.
Yeah.
It's too low. It's not a good thing.
Also, just think that in the beginning when you have just like 10 mini apps, it's very easy to attract attention, right?
Yeah.
You like collaborate with influencers. They say, oh, like go to that mini app. But then like 100 mini apps.
Yeah.
It's a bit more complicated. And then like 1,000 or 10,000 mini apps or even like million of mini apps. So the cost to acquire a follower or user will grow.
Yeah.
So, and I think it will happen like pretty fast. So that's why I think that this ads model of revenue will last probably, I don't know, like maybe till the end of this year, but then it will be like,
Even it's an optimistic number end of this year. I don't think that will last long that much actually. Few months, okay, but end of this year, too much.
Yeah, so, but anyway, I think that's great that Telegram right now is really developing, as some kind of WeChat, but without any kind of censorship, right? And I think that it can be like really huge platform for distribution. And if right now we have this like tap to earn, mini apps, I think pretty soon there will be much more complicated mini apps that will have their own like audience. And this is actually, I think that's what is different about Bloom in comparison to other mini apps, because we have some kind of long-term vision. We understand that we want to be gateway to crypto for Telegram users.
Yeah, that's really great. That will really increase the mass adoption in general. I think this is why the Telegram and mini apps are really important because we need a mass adoption in general. We need new people on the crypto because it's an easy. If you just understand it right, crypto is really easy, but they are afraid of that. They think, oh, it's a really crowd, that's complicated. I don't know how can I understand it. But if you just try it, just legal this kind of Telegram apps or maybe in general, it's really easy. But oh no, it's a little hard for the people.
So yeah, I think Telegram is really, and actually Notcoin showed that you can build Web3 mini apps within Telegram and they can be popular. Because like even a half year ago, me with my friends, we were discussing, this Web3 mini apps within Telegram, can they be popular? Because users usually go to the messenger in order to send some messages or content to each other, whether they really want to change their behavior and like make like financial transactions or other stuff within the application within the messenger. And as we can see,
they did. They did. It's an easy answer. I want to just ask you about the Notcoin as well. What you think about the Notcoin right now?
Yeah, I think that Notcoin was like the first mini app, right? Some kind of meme coin that, really showed to everyone that, guys, come to Telegram, build amazing, mini apps. You can get audience. You can make like great product for users. And that's why I think everyone really, respect.
Yeah. It's a
Notcoin.
pioneer on that ecosystem right now, actually.
But I think the most important part is that after this clicker, right? Like what's next? And I think that this period of Notcoin, development will be really interesting.
Yeah, they just convert it as another advertisement right now. You just buy some Notcoin on the market, put it on the app, so people can earn from that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's a good, but is that sustainable?
That's a good question. That's a good question. So because we see that, unfortunately, they're losing number of followers, users probably, right? So this is why it will be important for them to build some kind of sustainable business. And I hope that Sasha, we speak to Sasha, pretty often, and he's a great builder, and I hope that he'll be able to find proper product market fit for the next stage of Notcoin.
Are you planning something together with the Notcoin? Do you have some plans? Maybe a little spoiler about it.
We chat with Notcoin from time to time, so of course we always discuss some kind of collaborations, and cooperations. So let's see.
Something is coming, I guess. I can say that. Okay, before the community questions, I just want to ask another one question. Are you planning to do it only in the Telegram, or are you planning to do it on some app as well? Do you have some plan like that?
Yeah, so we have plans to move Bloom into, on App Store, Google Play, right? But right now we see that, probably it's not a priority. We have great, distribution platforms such as Telegram. And, there are also some differences when you build it within Telegram and when you build it, for App Store, Google Play, right? Because Telegram, they have their own some kind of UX UI kit, right? So there are some rules how you should build it in order to make it really, easy for users, right? So it's a bit different from building application for mobile. So right now for us, again, we would like to be this gateway for new Telegram users to to crypto, right? But of course, maybe if at some point for some users it will be easier to use app, we'll give that opportunity, but it's not a big priority right now.
Okay, it's not a priority, but eventually it can be happen. We can say. Okay. The next ones will be a community question, so I will not take any responsibility, by the way. That could be some harsh ones.
Okay, sure.
I will not just censor those. I will just ask you directly about it. So first one is about the Bloom tribes, actually, that system. Everybody still couldn't understand what that is. Or they need to join, or they need to try to build or their own tribe, or if they need to join someone's, what is the difference? What is the importance of that?
Yeah, sure. So right now, when you join Tribe, you can get additional, points. So this is why, it is valuable for the current, users. But at the same time, I will tell you a bit more on the background, why we're doing tribes and, what's interesting about that. So actually, if you have Telegram channel, Telegram group, you can create a tribe.
I have. I already have a tribe for that.
So we think that there can be some kind of very interesting, synergy between this, Telegram channel, Telegram communities, and, for example, meme coins, right? So it will be really interesting to see how users will react and influencers when they will be available, when those channels and groups owners can issue their own meme coin, for example. And interesting here is that actually in this case community, this Telegram channel, Telegram group, there's some kind of verifying these meme coins. So I think that's an interesting, I would say, direction. We really want to see how it will work, and whether it will work overall. But in any way, tribe owners, so we have this SocialFi part of our app that is related to tribes. We have this the game and tasks, right? And you have MemePad. So I see a lot of combinations between these three parts, right? So for example, you can issue your meme coin, you can put it under some circumstances within the game, right? And it can be you can issue it as a tribe owner, Telegram channel owner, right?
That's really great.
Right? So I think, within this triangle, there can be very, very interesting synergies. Because, for example, in the West, right, people usually use Twitter, to discuss crypto, right, in the US, right, in Europe. But as we can see, Telegram, it really fits great for crypto.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? and you know, I think there can be definitely a lot of these use cases similar to like to Friendtech and others, right? But built for Telegram. So yeah, that's why I think Tribes is a very important feature here. Yeah, probably right now you don't see a lot of like use cases around it, but
there will be, as I
there will
understand.
definitely, yeah,
Okay,
more.
I will just try to expand my tribe much more bigger then, because you give everyone a chance to build their own community inside of the Bloom as well.
Yeah.
That's a really great thing. And that meme coin part is also makes sense. I just understand it just a little bit better for that.
Sure.
So the next one. What is the benefits of Bloom coins? Are they only the Bloom coins, and are we getting all of the Bloom coins as a coins? This is also a really important one.
Yeah, that's a good question. But, what I can tell you right now is that, just like keep track of the news. We don't want to say anything right now about like airdrop, whether it will be or it won't be. It will be like what conversion will be, all that stuff, right? So I'll just say that, of course, we want to reward our Bloom Points owners, and we'll definitely do that in different ways.
In different ways.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just not a clear answer, but I can understand that. Okay. So the most popular questions, maybe when I asked this question on the Instagram, like a poll, maybe 2,000 different questions, and 1,500 is when listing. Everyone is wondering about that.
Yeah, I think the same, it is related to the previous question.
Okay.
Partially, right?
Partially. You can just give a little hint about it, maybe. Maybe quarterly you can say that.
Yeah, of course.
You're expecting date.
Of course, I can tell you that. Of course, we see interest from exchanges, and already some very big exchanges reached out to us, right? But again, like we don't want to tell like exact dates or give some like specific promises at this current moment. What I can just say that like keep track, guys, of our news.
Okay, can we say soon, at least, or finally, even at night? Are you gonna be listed in eventually? Are you planning to launch your token? I can say that.
Okay, of course we're thinking about launching our own token.
Okay, that's really great. Because sometimes this is also a question. You don't need to be even not going to say that. We don't know. Maybe we cannot launch our token, for example. But we know you will launch your token in that way, and you will reward the users for that. You are planning to reward the users.
Yeah, so we have discussions here in terms of launching the token, and of course, we really appreciate our community efforts, and we want to reward them.
Okay, then we want to reward them. That's a good side for that. Okay, the continue of that question. When listed on Binance? This is the most common question on that one. I'm always saying that this is the DDs just feeling people. It's not easy to say. It's forbidden to say that. If you're gonna list it, you cannot say that. If you're not gonna list it, you're not going to say that as well. This is the rule. But they need to hear that from you. Actually.
Sure. Yeah. So, let's say the community should understand that. Binance has very like strict, due diligence process, and only like a few people like within the whole organization, know about like listing, timing and other stuff, right? So like, if it will happen, like we'll announce it, right?
Okay.
Again, the same like with listing, conversion to tokens and other stuff, right? But you said right that projects, they cannot tell anything about like Binance, and that's why like we are very like clear what type of collaboration cooperation we have with Binance at this current moment, right? So that's why what I can say that there is no listing right now. In the future, who knows? everything can happen. I think a lot depends on the market and other stuff, right?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. I'm always saying to my community, if the some of the project says we are going to list it on Binance, that's a scam. Because you cannot say that easily. You know that you're Binance,
sure,
and you know
sure.
that.
And
So just think about it. I just launched my app and I was just yelling at everyone, okay, I will be listed on the Binance. Oh, they will just cut me.
yeah, and I can tell you what can happen. What can happen next? So when someone from Binance see that,
Yeah.
they'll just like send it to to listing team or to others, and
Cancel that.
the project can really be put into like some kind of blacklist. I remember such cases.
Yeah. That's a normal one. You cannot say that in it publicly. There's a lot of rules about it.
So the only thing that I can say, like, if at some point in the future we'll have our token, and for example Binance will be interested in listing it, of course, I think it will be like great success for us, and we'll like really, we will be really happy. But that's why like we work like very hard right now to be, to build product that is needed for users, right? And I think that's actually our main goal right now, to make
That's great.
Yeah, because of course we have mini app, people are farming points, but we also want, after launching our products, users to to keep using our products, and without any relation to whether we convert our points into tokens or not, whether it will be like listed on Binance, Bybit, or wherever, right? So I think that if we can build the product that users will really like to use.
Yeah, definitely. This is the important part.
Yeah, I think
Utility is the important part.
Yeah.
Listing is okay. Listing can be done, but the utility of the token is much more important on that one.
Yeah.
So the next one, I know this question has not an answer as well, but I need to ask you about it because other 500 questions are exact that one.
Sure.
What will be the listing price of the Bloom? I know I'm getting those questions every day. So if I see, I need to ask those. I already give the answers, but as I said before, they need to hear from you. Exactly.
So again, guys, like we right now have a lot of discussions internally about token, when it will be listed, whether it should be listed or not. A lot of things, right? So right now I cannot tell you exactly, the price of the token, right? If we finally announce that we'll have token, right?
Yeah.
And it will be like listed on some exchanges, right? So you'll find out the price. So just keep track of the news, provide your feedback, and everything will be fine.
Okay, that will be great. So, the next one is: do you planning to do any other project after the Bloom?
Oh, I think it's too early to to say, because we just started Bloom a few months ago. So my plan is to stick to to Bloom at least for the next few years.
Okay,
right?
that's great.
It doesn't mean that like within Bloom we cannot experiment and make some kind of new products within Bloom ecosystem, right? So we can definitely do that, right? Because even like Memepad, we were not planning to launch it like a few months ago at all, right? And right now we think, there's probably demand on such product, and we think that we can do it in the way that users will like it.
Okay.
So yeah, let's do it. So that's why if I will have some idea in mind, in terms of like new product, we could probably build it within Bloom.
Yeah, bro. It's like a super app, so you can implement a lot of things inside of the Bloom. You don't need other project, I guess.
Yeah, sure. So, and actually, like Telegram allows you to, to have some different bots, and you can like go from one bot to another like pretty easily, pretty smoothly, I would say. So yeah, we can always like make like additional bot within Bloom.
Okay, wait that. The next question is one of your collaborations, actually. And also, I really wonder about that as well. We just talked about you yesterday about it, but what is your special connection with the dogs? Everyone is just sending bomb to everyone in the Twitter, Telegram, in everywhere. What is that?
So, yeah, we know Dogs team very well. And I would say that we are some kind of like advisors to the Dogs team, right? So I think that it is a great, I would say, project and initiative. Because if you have a look into Tonica system right now, there are not a lot of strong meme coins,
Yeah.
right? All the meme coins on Solana, like, and other chains.
Yeah.
So I think that dogs, they have the potential to become, the biggest meme coin within Tonica system, right? And they're growing like super fast.
Yeah.
And I think people really like the vibe of the project, right? So that's why I see like, big potential in it. And yeah, I hope that everything will be fine, with the project.
I hope
And
so.
I think like people really also like to understand, how old is their account, right?
Yeah.
How much like those poor dogs points they can get. So I think it's like, it's pretty funny. And
I'm in the first 2,000 at the dogs right now, in the whole leaderboard. So I'm pretty good, I guess. I don't know.
So yeah, and if you have a look, within the task in the dogs, so there's collaboration of dogs with Notcoin and Bloom.
Yeah, I saw that. This is why I'm asking you about that.
Yeah.
Okay, then. The next one is just a little tricky questions. I don't know if these are the bug abusers or not.
Okay.
At the listing time, if there is listing time, if I withdraw all my family's Bloom points to only one account, one wallet, is that will be a problem? All my families don't know.
Again, like if we will have like listing, right? We'll definitely,
definitely.
We'll definitely write like some specific requirements, right? How you can get your tokens, right? So this is what like every product, every project within like Telegram ecosystem is doing, right? So yeah, don't worry if this moment will happen. We'll definitely like be transparent in terms of how you can get your points, tokens, whatever.
Can they withdraw every coins in one wallet? In every different Telegram accounts?
Again, it's very early to tell some specifics, right?
Okay.
Yeah, because
They need to just follow the socials and waiting for the announcement.
Yeah, exactly, because those are like those are details.
Okay then. Now the final question for me. What is your best 3 Telegram apps right now? Excluded Bloom.
And regarding the previous question, I just wanted to add, but overall, we are not like, we don't really want person to create, dozens of accounts and farm points, from all those accounts. So of course we will be, we will try to, battle with this like,
That's a normal.
Sybil attacks,
Okay, that's normal. That needs to be done, actually.
Yeah. In terms of what was the last question? Sorry.
What is your best 3 Telegram mini apps?
Yeah. So
This is a little tricky question as well.
dogs.
Okay, we can say that.
What else? I think Catizen.
Catizen?
Yeah, they have very good product. Yeah, they, they're really strong. Yeah, we like them. Yeah, actually, there's also an interesting project called Musk Empire.
Yeah, Musk Empire.
Yeah. I think they also have good vision in terms of, like this like tapping game and some other functionality. It also worth keeping track of that.
I really want to ask you, what do you think about the hamster combat? Because I don't like it, by the way. And I want to take your opinion as well.
I think hamster, the team, they have more or less the same kind of issue as Notcoin. Because right now it's tapping. But what's next? like, let's be honest, I don't think that people really love tapping, for days, weeks, months, right? It's, it's funny to tap sometimes, right?
For example, 3 times a day.
Okay, like,
Okay.
yeah, 3 times a day, but when you have to tap like for a year, probably it's too much, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So that's why for me it's not really clear their roadmap, after tapping is over, right? After the listing. I don't really understand, clearly what they want to do. I heard that they have like very different ideas, right? But looks like it's kind of messy right now. So, but anyway, I hope that, they will be listed, with a good price and good valuation, right? Because if not, I think it will affect the whole like
Definitely.
tap to earn industry, right?
They have the most users right now.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And yeah, so let's see. But of course, I have some concerns about their like long-term vision and future. But I hope they will be, we'll be able to find out something.
I hope they will not crash the industry. This is the
Yeah.
This is the huge number. So thank you for
Because
joining us.
we all heard about all the issues related to Pixelverse, right?
Yeah, this is also a huge problem. Everyone is really mad about that as well. For the investors are happy, by the way, for the Pixelverse tab, but the community is really sad about it.
Yeah, I think there were some issues, with the Ton community because initially they wanted to.
They made it on the Ethereum.
Yeah.
This is problem. This is the biggest problem. Ton also don't like the Pixelverse right now because they said, okay, we will build the project on Ton, but they launched their token on the Ethereum. How can it be? This is also a huge problem.
Yeah, so that's why I just hope that it won't happen with Hamster.
Yeah, I
The same
hope
way.
so. Because most of the people will say about it afterwards. I won't just ask you to finalize if you want anything to add and maybe a special information or something special to our community in Turkey. Give us something special. I'm waiting for that. The information that you never shared with anyone yet, maybe, or maybe some incentive that you want to give on that part. Just give us a little something.
Yeah, so I think today we should have launched a task, to go together with dogs. So I will definitely, recommend to look for it in Bloom.
But I will post it in a few days later, maybe in 1 week later. So they will miss those. just little, maybe something for after 1 week or 2 weeks they will hear about.
I think like in August we definitely should launch our meme pad, and we have in pipeline very interesting collaboration. With one of celebrities.
One of the celebrities. Any hints about celebrity?
So I cannot like disclose the name right now, but I think like a lot of people really liked how we made this, campaign with the Pokras,
Yeah.
Digital artist, and a lot of people really thought that you had
Project is hacked.
you hacked us, yeah, and like Pokras got a lot of like messages. Oh, like. Why did you hack like Bloom? You should hack Hamster.
Yeah, exactly. They were talking about that on my channel as well.
Yeah, so we have some like very interesting, collaborations of such type in the pipeline, and I think the next one should be pretty soon. Yeah.
Okay, in August we are waiting for your meme pad then.
Yeah, as well. Yeah.
Okay, do you want anything to add?
Yeah, so just
All
wanted
the Turkey
to
community?
I just wanted to thank all the Turkish community, and it was really great to have actually this week the meetup in Istanbul. Actually, it's our first event ever for Bloom, and it's great to have it in Turkey. We see that the community really likes our project, and we really appreciate the efforts of our like community members in Turkey. So thank you very much, guys, for the support.
Okay, thank you very much for your clear answers as well. That was really to have you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.